Okay, guys, my name's Alberto. Wake. Welcome to Dating, Family, and Friends. I'll be your host for this evening for this video. And today we're gonna talk about dating, or the thing on the title of Dating Wars. So, what you're gonna get out of this is I'm gonna give you my opinion about dating, my experiences to dating. Probably give you some advice on dating. Just because it offers advice to you doesn't mean you have to take it, but I would ask you just to think about advice. My advice I give you on dating. Because I had let's see, around 2021 I was dating to age, and I got married at age 34, 35. So how much is that? About 15 years of experience of dating. So so I have my badges on my sleeve, my stripes on my sleeves, so to speak. I've done my tour of duty of dating. So that's what you're gonna get of it. So let's begin on the subject of dating, shall we? Everybody takes dating different ways, and they may be after different agendas. To me, if you're gonna, always try to be righteous. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I was kind of a bad boy back then. Maybe I wanted to date too much. But no, not really. I was more of a romantic, but sometimes I was really bad. I didn't have a good agenda all the time, which backfired on me. I was being selfish. I mean, I wanted to sometimes date too many girls or what have you. But I was always hoping to find the right one, but sometimes I don't want to say desperate, but it's just that started having bad agendas after I knew how hard it was to find the one. And on top of that, sometimes I was picky. But the righteous way to do it is in my opinion, the righteous way to do it is go after find that right person. You're maybe want to first of all, you don't want to think about marriage. You want to establish a good relationship. You want to see the one that could see a partner that you can potentially, you know, uh, establish a good long term relationship. I don't believe in getting married real quick. Although stupidly I did one time. That didn't sound right, so that proves my point. You righteously want to find that person for you and establish a good relationship before you go to the next step. Um, for women, they say this mostly. Watch out with that guy. He just wants you for one thing and one thing only. The same could be said about a guy, but usually guys like that. They just want to hop in the bed with the first person they're attracted to. Coming from me, I'll establish this. Check this out. I had no girlfriends in grade school or high school. Nothing, zero. I did have opportunities, but I was not. It was not that many times. There was only a couple of times where I could have got with somebody, and I was not attracted to them. My first time was in kind of like close to kindergarten or first grade. Little girl in my grade school. I remember her name, but I guess I'm not gonna mention her name. There's no point to it. You wouldn't know who she was anyways. She got a friend of hers to come my table in class, and it said, if you like me, let me know, something like that. If you don't, throw my paper away, throw it in the trash. And I threw the paper away. I was not interested in her. I was not. I did not find her pretty. As we were kids in kindergarten or first grade, whichever it was. That was my first time. Um, I know there was probably a couple of times after that. One time was in high school. This group of girls came. I was not attracted to any of them. One of them was okay, I guess. I was kind of like, I guess I'm attracted to her a little bit. I was outside in high school, and these girls came over to talk to me. One of them liked me, and then my friend kind of ruined it for me. He goes, "You want to?" And I told her, "Hey, this girl likes me. I know who she is, pollito or whatever." I'm like, "What do you mean by pollito?" Like, in English, I think it's like chick, a little chick, like from chickens. He goes, "I can imagine her." He said in something inappropriate about her. I can imagine her naked. I can't believe with her. And I'm like, I didn't pursue her, and I didn't. I only talked to her on the phone like once, and that was into that. That went quickly. This girl, I don't know about this one. There's this other one. This other girl. She was dark skinned. She was dark skinned Mexican. She wasn't black. Um, what did she do? I had her for like home economics or that other home. I don't know something doing with like sewing and stuff like that. I know why was I taking that class? I know my guy, but sometimes they throw you around when it came to elective classes. I was not that attracted to her. Maybe I think she liked me. One time she asked for a hug, and her hair was okay. But I remember seeing her hair in her yearbook. She looked like she had an afro when she wasn't black. She's dark Mexican, and she wasn't dark. Like that doesn't matter. But then her hair was a little bit different. It was a little bit longer, and she was somewhat overweight. And I don't know if I regret to this day because I found out she actually has a decent, pretty face, and she was tall. I like tall girls; they're okay. But at the time, I was not attracted to her or whatever, and we ended up arguing one day, and then I stopped talking to her. I moved somewhere else in the class because I used to sit up front for her. She was behind me, I think. I don't know. Maybe I could have got with her. I think she would have been pretty enough, and then she had friends that had a car. I didn't have a car, so I probably hung up with her and maybe gave her a chance. And I don't know, but I don't know. That one's just a big question mark. For dating, now I'm sorry to get into that, but for dating, in college, I went with this girl. No, I went on a date with her, and then she didn't want to. She was playing too hard to get what I felt, and she got me to go after her sister, and I ended up being boyfriend girlfriend with her sister. She was pushing away too much. She was, I think, too shy, too afraid, and she screwed. And her fear and her shyness and her too cautiousness screwed her over. So I ended up becoming boyfriend girlfriend with her sister. She got jealous and interrupted the whole thing, and the way it goes, I would just didn't want to be with that girl anymore, her sister no more. I looked like the bad guy, I guess, but I was very inexperienced, and I'm like, I want someone more I'm attracted to. I think personality wise, I can get somebody better. You know, I didn't play the good guy all the time, and I don't know, I was still in my early 20s. I still wanted to date and see what else is out there. And for me, for dating, I want to have my soulmate, but I also want someone that's a team player. I don't know if that's the right. Some of y'all may be offended for saying that, but I'm just saying that I have your back, you have mine. And we have to learn how to What is it called? It's also called parlay. You need to. I'm trying to find the word for it. Like you need to discuss things because it's what's gonna happen sometimes is one of y'all's gonna want to do something, the other's not want to do it. For example, or one of you likes something, the other one doesn't like. You have to find that common ground. Before I go any further, this works for guys. I don't know for girls. It should work both ways. But because a lot of times I did online dating. Sometimes I just go in a chat room and just see who's there chatting, and then sometimes I get to date a girl from there. Now, what I would do is when you talk on the phone, because it'd be awkward. From typing, is it's different, and kind of like talking on the phone is a completely different story. You get to know the person a little bit typing, but the phone it's a completely different story. If you're like me to start online dating, or it's a blind date, or maybe before it comes to that, you could see if you could talk on the phone. Get your contact, whoever's hooking you up with a blind date, say you could talk on the phone first. That's better than anything. So you can know a little bit more what you're getting into. What I would do is I'd ask the girl, and just I'm pretty sure you could do this. The girls ask the guy too. Say, what are you into? And if you're really trying to make this work, let the other person tell you what they're into, and then from there, if they have things you're similar like, jump on them. Oh, you like this? I like it too. Let's talk. Okay, find some common ground. Talk about that. You like this other thing? Let's talk about that as well. And then the things that you're not into, just disregard them. That's the way I would do it. Because especially if you're looking for love or looking for someone to date, you don't want it to go badly your first phone call, your first date. That's like the worst feeling ever. This one girl I was talking to online dating, we went to Peter Piper Pizza. That's everybody's version of Chuck E. Cheese, maybe something like a Chuck E. Cheese, pizza and games and stuff. Her and I went to go. I was nice enough to go to her town. I usually do that. Go to the town where they live far away or not too close. I go, let's go meet in your town and go to Peter Piper Pizza. And it's like, okay. We went over there, and I was already mad because we went in and there was almost no tables available. They were all reserved for parties. They were empty, or reserved for parties. And I said, let's sit here, man. The party hasn't even started for you. Let's just eat our pizza and then go. Like, no, we can't. We can't. She had a pet peeve about it. And I'm like, well, there's no tables. I ain't waiting for no tables. And I sat down at the table or something that she said not to sit in. She got mad. She left. I left too. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this. It happens sometimes. It's just a bad day. It's possible, and it would have been a table available. We ate somewhere else where there was tables available. We would still gotten to know each other and see what happens. She was an okay looking girl. She was all right. Another thing I can remember about that, I'll never forget this. I had a, I think I had a tape cassette player picked up to this girl, and she liked all the songs I had. I had a playlist on my tape player. I'm old, so there's all before those thingamajiggers, playlist thingies you put in your computer, whatever. There was this time I picked up this girl. She lived out in the boonies. It was all dark. Picked her up. We went to the movies. She was in still wearing like a lot of girls do this, like they look like pajamas, especially the pants. We went to a late movie and all that. Next time I asked her out, we went out, but she wanted to bring a friend. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't know who the friend is. I don't know. And I didn't do nothing to her to scare her off. I was being a gentleman. I didn't put my hands on her or nothing. So now she wants to bring a friend. So maybe he was just legit, but it was a turn off. It's like we already went by ourselves the first time. I was a gentleman. I didn't put my hands on you or nothing, and she was okay looking. Yeah, because I'm like, we already went out the first time like that. It's like, why don't we do it again? But I think I had said like let's just go as friends or something like that with the movies. But turn off. There was this one time, it was funny. I was gonna go out with this girl. She looked like a beautiful girl in pictures. I don't know what she would have looked like in person, but we were gonna meet. And then all of a sudden, she wants to bring her friend along. And at the time, I wasn't working. I was just had enough for me and her to go to the movies. And I'm like, no, we'll do it some other time. I was sometimes, yeah, I was going for dates and I didn't have money. I'd ask for my mom, whatever. But sometimes I wasn't working. And the time that I wasn't working, there's not a big deal. I just pick a day on my day off to go out. And of course, for dating, I would think for the girl, be careful. Try to go safe places. Try not to be with a guy you just getting to know him in the, try to be places where it's public, preferably the daytime. Although I got away with going out with girls in the nighttime, some of them were just risky. They would take that risk. And a lot of times I was a gentleman, and usually I kept my hands to myself. Um, some girls would lie. I'm pretty sure for girls, you ever met a guy through online, they lie or whatever. One of them, like one time, a girl told me she was, you know, normal height, whatever. She came out to be very overweight. It's like, just be honest. Tell me the truth. That's not helping you be lying to me. That's already starting off on a bad foot. To me, I girls might get offended by me saying this, but I see it as a game. How you know? No, it's not romantic. Even though I can't be romantic, you gotta make the right moves. But sometimes even if you try your hardest, things are not gonna go your way all the time. That I know. I did go on dates with older women. I was smart enough. I had common sense, so I would not to toot my own horn, but I could outwit them because sometimes they out there hurt you. I just used my common sense and I knew what I was doing. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I didn't care. I just didn't care sometimes, so it was easier for me to use common sense because there was something about that person that turned me off or something like that. But you girls just be careful out there. Um, I'm gonna say this before I forget. For you guys and girls, hey, if you're looking for a serious relationship, take your time. Take your time to get to know the person. Talk to them on the phone. Have your heart beating like you. If you really like this person, if you don't like them, walk away. Why waste your time? You might want even if you're gonna go the route like, oh, I'm not interested. I have to be friends with them. Make sure you mean it. They can call you. I mean, you can have a friend for life. I've heard stories about sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you start off as a date, like you want to start in dating. It might be a relationship, but it doesn't work out. Maybe you can still be friends with this person and make a friend. I always tried doing that, but it usually didn't work. No, there was a couple of times where it did work. I became friends with her. There was one girl I wasn't attracted to, and we talked for a while. Man, I remember I had gone out with some. The girls I had gone with out or women are average. There was a couple of times where, man, the girls are beautiful. They're real pretty. This one girl worked for, she was like a paramedic or something, and she was way out of my. She was I was out of her league. She was too pretty for me. But I said, yeah, maybe I'll hit. I don't know. She kept calling me. That was really weird. I met her, and I'm like, she's not gonna call me back. She's too pretty. She was somewhat dark skinned, pretty hair, nice figure. She's like 5'4", and she would call me. She would call me. I'm like, what's going on here? Something's weird. I'm not in this girl's league. She's way above me and attractive. At one time, I thought she was mentally challenged because she would had a weird speech, and how I met her, she was beautiful. Um, but then I met her, and I think I messed up her car. She goes, drive my car. I'm like, I don't feel like driving. Drive it, and then it turns out I messed up her car somehow. I'm like, I don't like. That's why I don't. I am not. I even told her I'm not comfortable driving other people's cars, especially for the first time. Think I messed up her car. She still called me back. And then I told her I was just being honest. I have trust issues and stuff like that. And she goes, "Well, that's what my last boyfriend said. Bye." At first, I was thinking like, "What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?" I'm like, then I started thinking, you know what? This girl just got rid of you because she's not into you. She's coming an excuse because she's not into you. That's my conclusion. There's nothing set in stone, but she didn't want to answer me back no more. I was like, okay, what happens happens. There's this other girl that, all beautiful girls, well, beautiful. She was like she's overweight. She was a little overweight, but man, her face was pretty. She was rocking the body. She wanted to lose some pounds. I'm like, okay. I would have took her as is. She has a beautiful face. And she starts turning out that she doesn't want to go to the movies in her town. Why? Because she has her boyfriend there. She's cheating on her boyfriend. And I had to drop her off at a McDonald's, and man, I was so sad about that one. I cried over that one. And I'm a Christian. She was a Baptist. She liked me being religious. I remember her saying, "My dad won't take a Christian." She didn't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know if she lied to me later on. Like I ended up talking to her briefly, and she's like, no, I couldn't be with you because I was being pregnant. She's probably full of crap. Maybe tell the truth. Who cares? I guess. This final girl I remember that was gorgeous. Um, we went out. She was real pretty. She had like pretty brown, short cut hair, pretty face, had the figure. Again, 5'4". A lot of these girls are 5'4". I went to the movies. I lay down in her lap like I used to do my patent move, but it's just to be cute. I'm not trying to do anything. She's like, "Let me see your teeth," and she did that to my teeth, I think. And I think my teeth are even more jacked up right now, but she wanted to tell me I have perfect teeth. She was a perfectionist. We talked on the phone. Oh my gosh, and we were like falling in love on the phone, man. Can't really fall in love with just a speech. Well, let's just say we're really into each other. We would talk all night. We didn't want to. It was that kind of thing where you don't want the other person to hang up because you're like so into them. That's cool. But she was picky and she dropped me. She said it was okay for me to talk to her, but I think I gave her the goodbye speech so I could leave in good terms. So I could look have my keep my head up. I told her, "I'm sorry, I'm not the one for you. I'm sorry you didn't like me. Um, Hope everything was great for you. Bye." She said she missed talking to me. We could have kept it as friends, maybe. I didn't want to bother her. I didn't. We all had that bad taste in our mouth, like it didn't work. Even if she didn't like me at the end for whatever reason, which was with the teeth, it's like, maybe I could have called her every now and then, see how she was doing, but I don't know. It just seems like a waste of time. It's a turn off that it didn't work out. I'm gonna tell you this one. Maybe I shouldn't. I went out with this one girl. I liked her height. She was tall. She was 5'6". We were talking all good and everything, and then we are about to meet up. We go meet at a burger restaurant. It's late at night, just me and her. This place is open 24 hours, so we don't have to worry about time. She was working at the mall. Oh, you know what? Let me say that one for last. That's the best one. Let me go to this one first. I go out with this girl. We became boyfriend girlfriend, and we went for a year. There was a lot of arguing and fighting going on. It turns out she's bipolar. She throws stuff at me and all that. I liked her height. She was like 5'7". Not really. I'd rather have 5'6". It's too tall. Or 5'5". And I'll go out with shorter girls too, like the ones that are 5'4". But they have to bring something to the table, the personality wise. That's one thing I want to tell you guys. I don't care if you're picky about height or looks or whatever. If they have that personality that attracts you, they got you. Or vice versa. You got the personality they want, they got you. Or you got them, whichever. You know what I mean. But yeah, that girl ended up being bipolar. Oh, I got this other story for you before I go for my grand finale. I went out with this girl and we went to like a bar and grill. There was a lot of people there watching. They were watching a WrestleMania kind of deal. I went out with her. So we were watching wrestling on the big screen at bar and grill. And then we leave to the car. I went to kiss this girl and she bit my lip really, really hard. Like I thought she was gonna bite my lip off. I thought I was gonna die there and then. I was not gonna let go of this chick. I want to call her the B word because why is she biting me? All she has to say is no. She don't want to kiss me. I would have been bad, but I would just be like, okay, she want to kiss me, fine. I would have gone home mad. I'm not gonna do anything to her or anything. But the thing is, she did something to me. She didn't tell me no. She bit me in the lip really hard. I'm like, what the F is wrong with you, B? I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die of blood loss. I thought she was gonna bite my lip off. Now I was thinking about calling the cops too. That's assault. I was lucky I had my lips intact. I didn't go get a tetanus shot. I didn't even think about it. And by the good graces of God, I was okay. All right, let's get to the grand finale. Let's go back to that story I missed. Went out with this girl. Remember the girl went to the burger joint. We had talked before. I met her on some home. This one's funny, and I guess I should be ashamed of myself. It was one of those phone calling things, and no, she was not a. This is for regular citizens. It wasn't a call girl kind of thing. Um, we met. No, we talked on the phone first. We loved talking to each other. She told me her height. She was 5'6". I'm like, great, as long as it's true. And sometimes I lie, but this time it was the truth. I met her at the burger joint. It was 24 hours. I had to wait for time, like I said earlier. We get at a booth. She's on one side. I'm on the other side. This is a trick I use for you guys. You could use it if you want. If you're sitting at a booth and she's on the other side, get your legs and if you think she's into you and you want to flirt with her and you into her, wrap your legs around her legs a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to squeeze her and scare the girl. As if you're getting to know each other, want to flirt with her. Sometimes I've gotten a hit and miss on those, but this time it worked. She was okay, pretty, but it was more we were talking on the phone and we clicked kind of deal. I usually into a girl when she's into me. I don't think I have the best record ever. I don't think I'm the most handsomest guy in the world. I have jacked up teeth too. I'm not the tallest guy. No offense to you girls, but my thing is, this is my thing. Sometimes I like when a girl is 2 inches shorter than a guy like me. I'm 5'8", she's 5'6". And if you're picky, it's the height thing, whatever. But to me, I think it's romantic. Although I've gone out with girls that are shorter. I have to bend down, hurt my back a little bit. This one, she's 2 inches, just kiss her, and all that little stuff. Um, well, so we were in the booth, and I did that. I believe I did that to her. She liked it. And we were all into each other. Probably started holding her hands too. I don't remember we ate. We may probably have ate and had our drinks. So it's time to go home. And we're going to the parking lot, and I I get her softly. I start kissing her, and I hold her tight, and I start kissing her. No, freaking awesome in the parking lot. And then we go to our cars, and our cars are similar except for the color. I don't remember the colors. I had an orange car. What kind of car was it? I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember the car, what model car I had. It's been a long time. I sold that car a long time ago. But we had the same car. She just mine was orange and hers was a different color. I don't know, blue or something. Except the same exact car except for the color. So that was a sign. So that was awesome. And I go home, and she goes home. But then she calls me. She wants to come over to my place where I'm living with my mom. And we had a romantic evening together. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. And then let me explain this first before I go on. I have this thing where I want to shut myself down. Like, maybe I want to end some relationships because I don't think I deserve it. I don't have confidence in myself thing. Well, something happened. After that night, I talked to her on the phone again. And it was cool because she would work talking to me at the mall, at a ice cream place or whatever. She would make time to talk to me at work. That's how much she was into me. And I was into her too. And I was like, oh, we're falling in love with each other. But I don't know. I think this other time she talked to me on the phone maybe a day afterwards. And then she's like, I mentioned a joke about prostitution. And she goes, don't talk about that. I'm like, why? I'm like, what are you not telling me something? Well, she's like, one time I had to pay. Y'all, you guys are gonna hate me for this. She's like, I one time I wanted to pay my rent, and I prostituted myself for money to pay the rent. And I was having problems with my family, so I didn't have any help. And how many guys we wish? Like 12. But she goes, that's it. I didn't sleep with them or anything. She did. I don't know, like YouTube would get mad at me for saying it, but she did oral. You know what I mean? And I could do a joke about it, what guys do, like the mouth thingy, whatever. But I'm not going to do that because this really hurt me. I bet you people that don't care will start doing it. That's fine. You want to do it. And I tell myself, no, 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 no. I'm really into this girl. This girl, I could like possibly fall in love with her and get married. See, I'm breaking my rule, falling, going for a girl real quick. And something didn't let me go with her. I wanted to be with her, even if that. But to tell you the truth, I had too much pride in my name. And yes, having a disease or something I was concerned about. But I would be willing to do it and just leave it in God's hands because I was into her so much. But something didn't let me be with her, and I wanted to be with her so bad. I'm like, what is it? My self conscious or what? What is not letting me be with her? At least let me go on a couple of dates with her and see if everything's okay. If I'll be okay with it. But deep down inside, I knew it wasn't gonna be okay. But it was still something inside me that was telling me, "Don't be with her." But I wanted to be with her so bad, but it didn't let me be with her. I don't know what it was. Like I say, subconscious, whatever you call it, I don't know. Maybe it was an angel telling me, "Don't be with her." And that thing beat me because if it was up to me, I would have been with her. I could have fallen in love with this girl. The only thing I like about her, she didn't like going to football games, but I would have gotten past that. I saw a future with her, have kids with her, and everything. And that thing beat me. It did not let me be with her. I didn't care if she prostituted for 12 guys or whatever. And she said that she didn't. She said she didn't have sex with them. She did just oral, just to pay the rent, whatever. I feel bad with her. Some of you are gonna feel bad for her. Some of y'all are gonna start laughing at this if y'all hear what I'm telling you. Wait, maybe I shouldn't be telling you, but did it. But I wanted to get this off my chest. I've told this to maybe friends in the past. I don't have any friends anymore. Or any that will come see me anyways. I have one guy, friend I text message, that's about it. And if anything, just messaging a couple of guys. I don't even message them anymore. I haven't messaged them in a long time. Nobody comes to see me. That's the one. That's the one that got away. And see, okay, now one more time, I really want to be with her. Just something just inside me just didn't let me, and I really, really want to be with her. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Y'all can tell me in the comments you ever experienced anything like that. So concerning dating, oh, this other thing. I talked to this nurse. She was gay, I think. She was way older than me, and no, I didn't hook up with her, but she gave me really good advice. It made a lot of sense because I talked to her that like one time I'm gonna get married or something. She goes, "Are you gonna get married?" And I told her I knew that girl for 1 year. I want to get married with her. And then she told me, "You know what? Make it 2 years." I really believe in that advice, and that's advice I'm gonna give to you. It makes a lot of sense. If you want to marry somebody, my opinion, this is just my opinion, you should take 2 years and wait. Date this person, be boyfriend, girlfriend, till y'all get married. That's my advice to you. You don't have to take it. That's just my advice to you. If you're looking for a good, solid relationship, wait 2 years to get married. And then if you have kids and all that, it gets a little bit complicated. Although I know this for a fact, a lot of you girls or ladies out there, some of you, I know this from experience, are afraid to date a guy that doesn't have kids, but you have kids, or you guys have kids and after and or you guys have kids and looking to date, you're single and you want to date. Believe me, from my experience, I know there's a lot of guys that will go out with a girl that has kids, but they want the girl to be hot, whether she has kids or not. Even if they have kids, they'll go after him and she's hot. I know these guys like this. I don't care. I'm pretty sure with the guys, with the guys, it's even better. Or maybe I know girls. They're like, oh, I love children. Let me date you and all that. Let me meet your kids. So if you're afraid that, oh, I have kids and nobody's want to date me, forget about that. There's gonna be some guys and girls that won't date you have a kid. But believe me, there's plenty of them, guys and girls out there that will date you have children. They even love children. They will not mind you have children already. So don't worry about that. In either situation, you're gonna get rejected. Either whether you have children or you don't have children. That's the name of the game. If you go out with a first person and get married with them, well, you're lucky. Because a lot of times people are gonna be in relationships or marriage and get divorced or break up and all that, and that's just the way life is. That is just the way life is. Don't forget my advice. You want to get married and have a marriage that can probably work? Know the person for 2 years. Another subject, how about living together? You don't want to get married and go live together. Well, I don't know if I can tell you that because I'm a Christian and not to say anything bad about anybody, but I can't. And my dad was very strict man in the morals family thing. He was very strict. He was so strict he didn't want me hanging out with guys that had long hair or earrings. If he's strict with that, was he strict with other stuff? Yeah, he was. He was like, don't let any but non-family members, teenagers, come to your house to come live with you. Don't get involved with someone that's married and all that. If those are not your opinions or likes, you don't listen to like what I'm saying. My dad says it's your life, right? Living together. I was getting into. Of course, my dad did not want us living with other people. We're not married, stuff like that. But for me, I still wouldn't do that. But you guys can do it. But in theory, I would maybe be like, I'm not telling you to live with somebody, but I'm just saying, in theory, it does make sense to go live with somebody. And although I couldn't ever do that because I'm a Christian. Maybe you never know. Maybe I would have. You never know. But my path didn't go that way. But it's like if you're gonna live with somebody, you're testing the waters. You know, that's me talking as a regular person. It's because me, with my Christianity, to me, I'm like somebody else. You know, I should throw that out the water. I break rules with my Christianity. Nobody's perfect, but I try to do my best. But yeah, what I'm saying, if you're gonna live with somebody, you're testing the waters. And the other thing is, if you living together, what can happen? The female can get pregnant. That's a huge responsibility. Is this guy gonna step up? Because there's a lot of jabronis, a lot of guys out there that will leave you hanging, and then you have to go after them for child support, and it becomes a big mess. So be careful with that. If you're not ready to have a child, there's condoms. There's other stuff you can do. Be careful not to get pregnant. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Be careful not to be pregnant because it'll change your whole life. Especially if you have a lot of goals. If you don't have a lot of goals, getting pregnant can be something special for you, whatever. But if you can't handle it, you can be in a lot of hot water. Will this guy step and help you out? How are you going to work? Who's going to take care of the kids? There's a lot of single moms have to go on welfare and go that route, and that usually doesn't go very well. There's a lot of drugs involved and stuff like that too. Even if there's no drugs involved, it's still going to be hard. I'm just saying about the drugs. It's like some people they take it. I'm pregnant. They go downward spiral. They get depressed and then they go to drugs. Now, I'm not saying everybody's gonna go to drugs in that situation, but I'm just saying you gotta be careful. And if you have big dreams, you gotta damn well make sure you don't get pregnant because it's gonna be very very hard to become a lawyer or doctor or whatever with being pregnant and having a child. And some people think about abortion too. They want to abort and all that. And do you want to really be in that situation? I don't think you want to. And people that do have children, usually they're not gonna, and if they have big dreams, usually they're not gonna achieve that dream because it's just super hard. I'm not saying they won't be able to do it, but I'm just saying it's super hard. You gotta be careful, man. Be careful. And I hope I'm helping. If I'm helping at least one person that's watching this, then I did something positive. My dad was a strict man. My mom, she was right behind him in those things. They would not approve of stuff. So I had good teachers, and I was smart enough to listen to what most of them they say. A lot of stuff they say too, I don't agree with. So, but I like the Christianity part, I like the morals and values and stuff, and to value ourselves. But not to say anything bad. If you guys do not think that way, that's fine. Do what you want to do. I throw live streams sometimes. If you want to ask me questions, or not that I'm Mr. Know It All, but if you want advice from a friend, I'll give it to you. And if you don't mind, I'll call your brother and sister. I usually do that through my Christian faith, but here I want to do the same thing too. Why act like strangers? You know, in my religion, Christianity, not to throw my Christianity, I have to accept everyone as my brother and sister. But I can also do it without the Christian faith. Like, this is not a Christian channel. I can still offer you to be a brother, a brother to you. As strange as y'all may want to be, but see it this way: if everybody accepted everybody as a brother and sister, like my Christianity, uh, faith in Jesus is, there would probably be less problems in this world. We could probably help each other out instead of being enemies. There's too much fraction, man. There's too much fraction. Oh, I don't like that person because it's not my brother and sister. I'm gonna be with my brother and sister. I'll tell you what. I have blood relative brothers and sisters ain't worth a crap. A lot of them don't care about me. I needed help with my future with playing football. All they had to do was talk to the coaches. They didn't do it. Sorry if y'all ever heard this story before. So I'm like, if you don't care about my future, you don't care about me. Screw you. I'd rather have you guys as my brother and sister because you don't judge me just like my crappy family does. All my brothers and sisters and my mom. They put the neighbors before me and all these other stupid things before me. They don't care about me. Screw them. I just need to have the faith in my religion, faith in Jesus Christ. And I'm not putting my religion on you. I just want you all to know the way I roll. And I have you guys. But you can always find me on live streams. Comment if you need to talk to me. And if you guys start telling me to throw live streams, I'll throw live streams to talk to you. So that's my thing about dating. I might come out with a video about single. To me, single and dating, they have some similarities, but there could be something different about it. I have other stuff that's in the works for this channel, and I hope you see my channels. That was my big story. The girl that was, did stuff. People can say she's a prostitute, whatever, but I liked her. I thought she was cool. I liked her a lot. I don't know what that thing is that didn't let me be with her. I would have still been with her. I could have had a family with her and everything, but that one thing inside me did not let me be with her. And I'm so sorry to her. You guys are going to hate me, but one time I caught her on the phone thing. I found her. And she's like, hey, it's you. I'm like, yeah. Why didn't you want to be with me? Why don't you want to be with me? I'm like, well, we can be together right now. No, why did you always want to be with me? Poor soul, poor thing. I hope she found a guy that treated her right. She's a special girl, man. She's special. She made that. I don't know if it's a mistake or not. To me, I think it is. I don't know. It's very controversial. What would I do in her position? I mean, she was going to get evicted because she couldn't pay the rent. Where is she going to be on the street? I don't know, man. And if I offended some of you guys by that story, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too that I could not be with her. I really wish I could have. Oh, that's what I have to say about dating. Remember, girls, try to not get pregnant. Guys, try not to get a girl pregnant because they'll come after you with child support and stuff. So wear a Jimmy, man. Wear a condom. You girls, be careful too. Be cautious. Remember, if you're serious about getting married, you really want to get married, whatever. Wait 2 years. 2 years till if you can hang on for 2 years to be with a guy and for marriage, it might be the one. But nothing's ever set in stone. But that's the correct way to do it, in my opinion. Take my advice if you want to. Don't take it if you don't want to. It's up to you. I think that's all I got for dating. Shit, I'm already going on 50 minutes. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and be out of here. From Dating, Family, and Friends, my name's Alberto, and remember this: the world will never be a perfect place, but we can all make it better. Till next time, my name's Alberto, also known as AKA Destroyer 48. I will see you guys next time. Love you guys. Take care. Take care of each other. Bye. Love you guys.